One of the assumptions that's made when we use the image size command to resize a document is that you want to use the entire image and that the file is already at the correct aspect ratio. But often I want to use only a portion of the image, so I want to change the aspect ratio and I want to define the width, height, and resolution of the document. And the crop tool is going to enable us to do this in one step. So let me show you what I mean. If we try to go into image to image size on this image, and let's say I want it to be 4 by 5. If I enter 5 inches for the width, then I'm going to get 3.3 inches for the height. And if I enter in 4 for the height, then I'm going to get 6 inches for the width. And so I'm never going to be able to enter in 4 by 5 unless I unlink these, but then that's going to distort the image. So most people do this as a two-step process. I'll cancel out of here and we'll tap the C key to get the crop tool. And then I can enter in an aspect ratio. So I'll enter in 4 by 5. Now I actually want to turn it the other way, so I'm going to click on the arrows and that just toggles the orientation. After I've done that, I could go to image and then image size. And sure enough, I can knock this down to 5 inches. And because the aspect ratio is 4 by 5, it automatically enters in 4 for the height. But again, that was a two-step process, and we can actually get this down to a one-step process instead. So I'm going to hit cancel, and on the history panel, I'm going to go back to when I first opened the image. And instead of setting an aspect ratio using the crop tool, I'm going to choose the second option, which is a width, height, and resolution. So now I can type in 5IN for inches, tap the tab key, and then enter in 4 inches, and then type in the exact resolution that I want. So now we can change the crop, I can reposition the crop, and when I click on the check mark, Photoshop is going to crop and resize that image to make it exactly 4 by 5 inches at 300 pixels per inch. And we can check that by just clicking on the status bar down here and seeing that yes, indeed, it's 1500 by 1200 at 300 pixels per inch. That's 4 by 5 inches. The benefit to the method is that we're able to crop and correct aspect ratio and resize in one step. But the only drawback is that we weren't actually able to see all of the information that the image size dialog box provides for us, such as like how much information was in the original file. So we're not actually sure if Photoshop had to resample up or down the image. Still, as you become more advanced, I think that this way of cropping to an aspect ratio and a specific size can be an excellent way to save time when you are preparing your images for output. Now, let's just try a little bit different of an example. Let's say that I want to crop this image for screen. So let's clear the previous crop options by clicking on the clear icon. And I want to enter in a specific numeric value. So in this case, I want it to be 725. And the units of measurement are already in pixels, but if they weren't, I could just type in px and then tap the tab key. And let's say I want it to be 88 pixels. And I want to use this for a banner ad. So in this case, I'm just going to reposition it. And let's say I just want to include these clouds. I'll go ahead and tap return or enter in order to apply that. And if I knew I was going to use this setting over and over again, I could use the drop-down menu here and create a new crop preset. It will name it for me. I'll click OK. And then we can see next time I need this, it's going to be added to my crop list. All right, I just want to show one other way that I often see people crop images when they simply want to use a portion of the image. So I'm going to cancel out of this crop and return to my original image. And this time I'm going to switch to the marquee tool. And when you select the marquee tool, you have an option for style that can be a fixed size. So let's say again that I happen to want this to be at that same size, maybe 725 by 88 pixels. Now when I click anywhere in my image area, I can see exactly the area that I'm going to keep. So I can reposition this marquee anywhere. And now I know, for example, that if I choose image, and then crop, it will crop exactly to that area and there won't be any resizing done at all. I can go ahead and deselect that. Just don't forget that you've set your marquee to that fixed size, so we might want to change it back to normal. So there you go, several methods to quickly crop to the perfect size in Photoshop.